That's why you have to advocate for yourself. Unfortunately, a lot of doctors have large egos, and I ran into one of those doctors at the emergency room. Doctors should be a partner in the healthcare system. Just like if you have a real estate professional and they advise you not to buy a house or they advise you to buy a house, you have to make the final say. Just like if a doctor says you need a surgery or you don't need a surgery, you get to make the final say. Now, there are times when there's emergency things that, you have to need or you really need to go and do. But a lot of times, if they can't explain to you why you have to do it right now, then you may need to question their authority. And that's why you have to advocate for yourself. Unfortunately, a lot of doctors have large egos, and I ran into one of those doctors at the emergency room. It's kind of like a medical God complex. They think they are the end-all, be-all, and they know it all. The reality is they don't. You need to advocate for yourself. They are not gods. They may have a large ego, and you're probably going to step on it a little bit, even if you try not to. But I tried not to in the very beginning, and then he kept mansplaining and trying to force me into doing something, and I just said no. Then I told him why. And then he left. And he told me to stop researching online and stop Googling. And I said, well, somebody's got to advocate for myself. And that kind of upset him. He says, well, the doctors here and the nurses are looking out for your best interests. I go, well, somebody's got to advocate for me. And that's what I was doing. It doesn't mean that he's a bad doctor. It just means that I'm not prepared to listen to his advice when I have things that are telling me quite the opposite of what he's telling me. And you've got to be prepared to advocate for yourself, but do it respectfully. There are times that they may get upset, but it was his ego getting upset, not anything. I was never mean. I was never callous. I just specifically said I need to advocate for myself. And I was clear. Never swore at him, never got angry. I was just very clear.